Morning. Power Hour of Mindfulness. I ain't got a clue what we're talking about because it's normally Steve Shaw, but yeah, he actually has got a family emergency, so he had to postpone at the last minute, which is fine. Hope he's all right. But today, as it's Australia Day, we're doing a little bit of a three-way podcast between Melissa Christie, the inspirational warrior, and my wife of now 13 years, Kerry. So we will see you in about 30 seconds. Ladies.
Evening in Australia.
Hi. Morning.
Do you like my Auzzie background?
Oh, very, very swish, Adam.
I know.
Where is that exactly? Do you know?
It did say what it was, but I can't remember now.
Looks nice. Looks like one of those. Well, it's a beach,
Trust
one of the
Adam
beaches.
to have the Australian background.
Well, it's Australia Day. I have to do something for it.
Well, yeah.
I haven't. See, I've just got my normal background.
Well, that's an Aussie house.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah. Power Hour Mindfulness.
Yeah. I spoke to Steve briefly before we come on the show. There's been a family emergency. Thankfully, a good one. His dad is having a few issues in hospital. Everything's now going positive for his dad. So I said we are going to give him a shout out. So shout out to Steve and all his family.
Yeah.
Glad everything's going well for his dad. And we're on the Warriors are here when Steve does finally return.
Yeah. Now, obviously, we've got Caroline and Sandy in the
Hi
stream.
guys.
So I know Caroline can't stay long because I know she's on the Campfire project shortly, unless that's been cancelled. I don't know. But what are we talking about?
I don't know. Well, you guys have got a very special.
I don't know because Steve sort of didn't tell us what he wanted to talk about. He just wanted you and me on the show. I think he was going to bully you a little bit, like he does.
All the Warriors do.
Yeah,
but you've got a very special day, you two, haven't you?
Yes. Yes. Today is 13 years with me and Adam since we met, and obviously we've been married 7 months.
Since we met? Do you want to rephrase that, darling?
All right. Okay. 13 years since we started the relationship. Then.
That's better.
Yeah, we'd already known each other a few months and just briefly spoken a few times online and in person. So we knew each other, and then we were just having a random conversation one day, and out popped a relationship from it.
So, what nice.
Adam asked me if I liked him.
So you originally met online?
Yeah.
Is that what I heard you say?
Oh, well, yeah. No, we met in person, but we didn't talk.
No, we spoke to each other. We'd sort of like met each other properly online, but we'd only seen each other in person.
Yeah, I was one of these where I didn't talk to anyone. Yeah, no.
And now
what you see now, well, what you see now, I never wore then. I wore jeans, obviously, which I still do now, but I wore a shirt and a leather jacket.
And a hoodie with your hood up.
Yeah, and a hoodie.
Oh, okay.
And I had long hair.
You had long hair?
Yeah, well, I'm bringing that long hair back.
I don't actually have that picture up here. Hang on.
Uh-oh, she's getting the ball.
So is your hair curly when it's long, or is it?
It goes curly at the back, yeah, which it's starting to now.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah, he wore a hoodie And what attracted me to Adam was this particular day, we were obviously doing the training course that we were doing together, that's how we met. And the tutor there, I can't remember her name, but we all had a little banter with her and called her a hippie because of the van she had. It was just like having a laugh and everything as a group. You know, a hippie or some was it Haley, Adam? Anyway, not important. Right. it's gonna get him all day now.
Let me just think about that.
Oh.
I think it was Haley, yeah.
I can't remember, but it was a hippie tutor, right? And she had like a box of biscuits, and she put them in the center of the table. And Adam was focused on them, and he was only focused on them. And then she moved them out of the way, and he followed the biscuits with his head, and then just sat there and stared at them on another table. And then she did it again, and he sat there and followed them, and he had the whole group laughing, you know. And the fact that he was mysterious, he didn't speak to anybody, but he made the group laugh. That's what first interested me to him. And then a few days or a week later, something like that, he turned up to the course in a full-on suit, no hoodie or anything. And I just thought, wow, he scrubs up well.
Wow.
Prior to those biscuits moving, did she ask me a question? Did she ask me a question? Because if she did, I can't recall.
No, she didn't. I think she was just talking to us all about whatever she was talking to us about.
I must not have been listening.
You never listen anyway, so.
No.
So, Adam, what made you wear the suit?
It was more for like because of the course we're doing, they offer like when it comes down the weeks, they take you to like these job businesses it were like job interviews where the course actually helps you. So that's what I did.
Okay.
And he scrubbed up really well.
Wow. Have you got a photo?
No.
Not of the suit, but I think I could probably dig out a few photos of him in a shirt. I mean, he's been.
I do have a picture of here of me in the hoodie and leather jacket.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Do you want to share? You don't have to share. Sorry.
I've put it on Facebook.
You have?
One of the first pictures me and Adam ever had together. I've put it on Facebook on my post. So anyone who's a friend of me on Facebook will be able to see the post. I've not shared the exact first ever picture because I don't actually like that picture, but I've shared this one.
Right, it's this bottom one.
No, that one.
Oh my God. And Kerry, you had dark hair.
Yeah, I dyed it black.
Oh, wow.
That hoodie she was actually wearing, that's my hoodie. That's my hoodie.
I will just explain, right? We had a bet. We had a bet in this group that we was in, which included 6 other guys called Adam. Walking into a room saying Adam and having 7 guys look at you, it's like, whoa. Right? It's freaky as. I've never been in a room with more than one Adam at a time, and that was really freaky. But we had a bet in the group, and I lost the bet. And the bet was that I had to dye my hair and wear Adam's hoodie for a week. So I did.
Wow.
Don't ask me what the bet was because I have no idea. All I know is I lost.
Thank you, Caroline. 13th anniversary. Do you know what? There's not enough caffeine in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Amazing. It's a beautiful story.
What I want to know is, because it's Australia Day and we've never celebrated it, tell me a little bit of background to how Australia Day came across. Do you know? How it all started.
Well, it's and I could be totally wrong here because my Australian history, I've forgotten a lot of the Australian history, which is really bad. But a lot of it is based around when Australia was discovered, so the English coming over to Australia and then forming the alliance. And then so there's kind of like the convicts arriving in Australia, and then it's also part of that as well. You have the Aboriginal side of it as well. So so that started another section of Australian history where the Aboriginals were there previously, and then they were kind of then put to the background, and there's a whole lot of issues starting then with the Aboriginal community and the English community, and how that then progressed into forming this Australia. So it's really interesting when you go up to the tip of Australia, around Cape York, which is, if you know Australia, it's got all that, there's like, there's Sydney, then you go up higher through Queensland, then you go up to Cairns, and then you go right up to the tip, and that's the pinnacle area. Just on the side there is Cape York, and Cape York is where Captain Cook first arrived. And it's interesting, when you go up there, they do this reenactment of Captain Cook landing, and they get all dressed up in all the traditional clothing, and so it's really interesting to watch. So they started there, and then obviously then all the states were then aligned and came to form the different states and form Australia. And I can't remember, I apologise, my Australian history is really quite poor. I can't remember. See, this is where Steve would come in and he would correct me. He would say his little blurb. So I can't remember why Australia's called Australia. Yeah.
Does anybody in the comments that is Australian know why Australia is called Australia?
Australia? I can't remember. And you were going to ask me some of these questions, and I was going to do some reading, and I didn't.
You forgot.
I did forget, yeah. But it's nice. I mean, each state does a different kind of celebration. There's usually fireworks, and I think there's a big concert on today from Sydney. And sometimes there's a lot of people, I know down my way, along the coast, on all the beaches, a lot of people will go down because it's a public holiday. So a lot of people will go down the beach, take their barbecues down, and then spend the day at the beach, have some beers and have some,
nice
sausages and that on the barbecue down at the beach.
What I've got is obviously there is one where how did Australia get its name, but did you actually know Australia was not always called Australia?
Go on.
It says here Australia, once known as New South Wales, was originally planned as a penal colony. In October 1786, the British government, don't get me started, appointed Arthur Phillip captain of the HMS Sirius and commissioned him to establish an agricultural work camp there for British convicts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we had all you lovely convicts came out.
Yeah, I seem to remember a little thing my dad tells me. Dad, correct me if I'm wrong, I know he's in the comments. That many years ago there was a big movement from people going from Britain to Australia, and it was really, really cheap to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember how cheap it was. Maybe if my dad's still in the comments, he'll put it. I'm not sure. But there was a big movement from people being encouraged to move from Britain over to Australia. I can't remember dates or anything like that. I'm hoping my dad puts it in the comments. I don't know. Yeah,
but it was a huge. Yeah, no, I think you're right, because there was a huge. It was a huge thing, because when you talk to a lot of the elderly, their memories of coming over, on the ship, on the boat, and would take, I don't know how, 3 months or something. I don't know, a long, long time on the boat. So it's a massive, massive decision to be able to want to come over and, you know, to make that commitment to, you know, it's like a pledge, isn't it? Because it's 3 months at sea is a long time, isn't it? You know, you just don't know what's going to happen.
I know that obviously my cousin, she moved from Britain, from Blackburn, which is the next town to me. She moved from Blackburn over to Australia. She's now in Australia. She's been there quite a number of years, and she's obviously now got an Australian passport. And my dad's just commented early 60s.
Early 60s.
So
is that when they came out?
Yeah, early 60s. That's when there was a big movement from from Britain to Australia.
Oh, okay.
Big migration, if you will. So that's a little bit of history that I got from my dad that I didn't know. But obviously my dad told me.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. I've never had the pleasure of visiting Australia, but I'd love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. Whereabouts are your family? Whereabouts is your family? Whereabouts do they live?
She did tell me. And it's gone.
Do you know, Graham, where they are?
But I want to say Banbury, but I was probably wrong. I don't know.
Banbury's beautiful.
I'm thinking it's that area. That name's just come to me, and I'm not sure why. Oops.
Yeah. Bunbury's in Western Australia. When I was growing up, I lived in Western Australia for 5 years. From it was grade 2 to grade 6. So it was great, and we used to go for holidays down here Bunbury Way, and it was beautiful. I used to love it. Yeah.
No, well, she moved over to Australia, and now obviously she's got a big house, a barn full of cars, and she's got a really good life over there. And she said that she'd never come back. She came back for her mum's funeral a couple of years ago. She was over here for a couple of weeks for a funeral. I've not seen her since. Oh, it's one of them.
Yeah, well, I always think it's really interesting, you know, with the Australian and English relationship. You know, a lot of English people come over here to Australia to live, and then a lot of Australians go over to England to live. And I remember I had 3 years in England in my early 20s, and I loved it. I thought it was like my second home because I just felt really safe there. I used to love it. And so it's interesting you have those feelings or those sensations of where home actually is. And if you look back, it might have been some of those ancestors that you're picking up on their energy or from past life stuff or, you know, whatever. But I always find it really interesting that you can feel so safe in another country, even though you've never, ever been there before and you know nobody there, but you feel like it's home. Yeah. I always find that really quite interesting.
Yeah, and my dad's just commented, it's £10 per family, pack and go, and it's Bunbury.
It was Bunbury, yeah.
Yeah, she's in
beautiful
Bunbury.
Part of the world, yeah.
Yeah, and she's got a really good life now, so shout out to Tracy, my cousin.
Yeah. You'll have to come over, visit. You've got lots of people to visit.
Oh, I know. Yeah, lots of houses to live in.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, to stay in.
Well, we're not coming over currently, and you know why.
Yeah.
We won't go into that.
Yeah.
No, let's not get into that.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe in the next few years when all this current scenarios disappear, maybe obviously we can come over. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be lovely.
I don't know how Lucas and Tegan are going to handle the 20-odd hour flight, though. We might have to knock them out for 12 hours.
Yeah. Have a stopover somewhere. I always used to have a stopover in Asia, a couple of nights or, you know, a week or two holiday and then keep flying on.
How the kids are going to take it? How am I going to take it?
How are you going to take it?
Yeah.
Yeah, being stuck on a flight with me for 20-odd hours.
Yeah,
well, I'll live with you. What do you expect?
Well, yeah, true.
Yeah, connecting flights. You'll just have to watch lots of movies. Stick the headphones on and watch lots of movies.
Yeah.
That doesn't block out Kerry's sound.
All right.
Was it really?
I'm not gonna buy into that.
Well, he's put up with me for 13 years, so it can't be that bad. You know,
That's
and
right.
obviously,
It's an adventure.
and obviously over lockdowns, we came really, really close to parting ways.
We did.
But then something in Adam said he doesn't want to lose me because he's the one that initiated the conversation that ultimately led to us sorting things out, getting stronger, and then eventually getting married.
Well,
Hi,
you need
Ethan.
the other hand. Need the other hand. It's an opposite. There you go. You've had your 30 seconds of fame.
Yeah, it definitely will be a venture though, Sandy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah, but Lucas doesn't do well travelling.
We need
What
to
is
get
that? Is it the flight?
Hmm?
Is it
What
the
was that?
flight, Adam? Or is it the flight? Or is it just the thought of not being able to get off the plane? Or is it just sitting?
Well, with Lucas having autism, he doesn't like sitting still.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He needs to move around. The only way for him to actually sit down, but we don't know how long he'll do that for, is if he's got a technology in front of him.
Yeah, totally.
I somehow don't think he's going to sit there for 20 odd hours using technology. We would have to knock him out. We'd have to find some way of, nicely sedating him for 12 hours and then giving him his technology.
Can I do that to you?
No. I'll fall asleep. I'll fall asleep myself.
I won't. I can pull all-nighters. That's not a problem. All I need is just caffeine in me. I can pull all-nighters. But I'm grouchy next day. Anyway, so Melissa, what do you want to know about our relationship?
What do I want to know?
Yeah.
Go on, ask us a few questions.
Okay.
Then. I know Steve was going to.
So what was it originally that attracted you to Kerry, Adam?
A smile.
Nice.
A smile. Yeah.
Yeah, he did say he likes my smile. Yeah. And obviously I've already said what originally attracted me to Adam.
Nice, beautiful. And so do you believe in love at first sight, or was it one of those relationships where it was kind of more of a slow developing?
I do believe in love at first sight. Absolutely. I do.
You don't, Kerry?
No. Adam told me I love you first, and I said okay or thank you, I think it was. It was completely out the blue. It just, and I wasn't ready for it, and the feelings that I had at that point I wasn't ready to say I love you to somebody. So it was a little bit down the road where I did actually say it back.
Yeah, interesting. And were you both looking for relationships?
No.
Or not?
No.
Were you, Adam?
No.
Interesting.
No. I'd not long come out of a bad relationship and lost my granddad. And, it just, the opportunity was there.
So here's an opportunity now. Oh, okay.
I think I saw it as, I take a risk, start a relationship, and I never thought it would actually get past the 4-week mark.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
But then again, Adam said that at one point that he didn't think we would get past the 2 or 3 week mark. So
3 week.
So, to be totally honest, we both went into the relationship thinking it's not going to last long. It's going to be one of these quick flings and then move on.
Fling?
Oh, lo and behold,
You're digging, Duval. You're digging.
Well, hang on a minute, right? If we could go back 13 years and I say, no, if we could go back 13 years and I say to you, right, this is the girl that you're going to one day have 2 children with, have a marriage with, have a house with and a life with and everything like that, would you believe me?
No.
Well, there you go then.
I would have laughed.
Okay, Tegan. All right. Tegan's finished getting dressed. Yeah, it's
So
freezing
why-
cold temperatures outside and she's got a dress on.
Go on, Melissa.
So why did you both think that it wasn't going to last like 2 weeks and that would be it?
Because we were kids then.
How
We
old were you
were.
then? How old were you when you first met?
16.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is young. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, 16. And or was I 17? I can't remember. It's that long ago.
2009,
Wow.
Kerry. 2009.
17 then. I'd just gone 17.
Yeah, I was almost 18.
You know, and obviously because I'd just come out of a bad relationship and the fact that I'd just lost my granddad, I wasn't ready for a full-on relationship. So I just thought it was going to be a quick fling, a distraction.
Yeah.
You know, lo and behold, I found my best friend.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Hello, Robert Brooker. Yeah, Caroline daughter's age now. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
You never know, Caroline. Your daughters might just about be ready to find their best friends and soulmates.
Luke's and Tegan's not having one.
No, they're not. I
Yeah.
told Tegan she's not allowed a boyfriend.
What's that? Your daughter's not allowed to have a boyfriend?
No.
Is that what you said?
No.
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 So,
No,
Holy
I've told her to grow up, make her own money, and then adopt 2 children and have a life like that because she doesn't need a man in her life to spend all the money for her. She'll be able to do that herself.
and what does she say to that? How old is she now?
8.
8. And what does she say? What does she think about that?
Well, she's got it in her head that one day she's going to be able to have a pink helicopter that lands in her garden.
Oh, how gorgeous.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, it's not an impossible dream because that can happen. You know, you can have a big house. You know, she wants a whole room for just her wardrobe.
Wow.
You know, that's not an impossible dream. That is achievable. You know, and to have the helicopter land in a garden, again, that's achievable. She just needs a big house with a massive garden and a helipad. You know,
Yeah,
it is an achievable goal. But I've said to her, keep that in your head, that's what you want, and go for it. You know,
Wow.
and obviously me and Adam are behind her 1,000,000%.
Yeah. And what does she want to do when she gets older? What kind of work does
She wants to be a singer and go around the world singing.
Oh, how gorgeous.
And she
Does
has
she
a
sing
beautiful
now?
voice.
She
She
does
did
sing.
do singing lessons, but she's come off them a little bit. But she still loves to sing, and she's got a beautiful voice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, watch this space. You know, Tegan Duval. Her name will be in lights one of these days, and she'll be earning millions.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have to put in-
She's branded me as her daddy-ger.
Yeah.
And what do you think about that? How do you feel about that?
I'm up for it. I'll follow her. That's not a problem.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we've also told her that she does have to obviously take over the mental health warriors, and she's decided that she's going to keep her princess warrior title and take over the warrior queen after mum.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, just
So
think.
my
just
title
think-
will go into my daughter when she's older.
Well, just thinking about it then. That means Tegan will be telling Lucas what to do.
Yeah, that's right. She does it now anyway.
Yeah.
women.
And, well, you'll have to get her on British. What is it? Your Britain's Got Talent or one of those
Yeah,
one of those shows.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe next couple of more years when she's got a bit more confidence. Yeah,
That'd be
get her on
cool.
Britain's Got Talent, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give her a stage name.
Nah, she doesn't need a stage name. Tegan Duval, it's just there anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's exciting.
yeah. And obviously,
So what else
Lucas, go on.
Sorry. No.
Yeah, and
No,
obviously
I was
Lucas with his brain, he can do anything that he puts his mind to.
Yeah.
He's so clever. He can do anything that he puts his mind to. He wants to be able to build buildings, so be an engineer. Be an architect and an engineer and design a building and put his name on it.
Oh, how beautiful.
And obviously doing that job, you can create unlimited amounts of money doing that job as well. So
yeah, he's already said that he's going to build me and Kerry a house with a swimming pool.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. And Tegan said she's going to buy us a car.
Any particular area? Any particular place?
Well, they do know that I want a beach house. They know that. I'd love to live in a beach house. I really do.
I think that'd be gorgeous. I'd love a beach house.
Yeah.
No, I don't like the idea of living near an ocean where there's sharks.
You'll be all right. You get used to them. You get used to them, Kerry. They'll be fine.
I don't like sharks.
Not many people do. But they're okay. They're safe.
They're just fish.
They're just fish. Yeah, they're just a
kill
big
you.
fish.
Right? Look at lions and tigers. They can kill.
They're just big cats.
Sharks are just fish.
No, they're not.
Oh, for God's sake.
The thing is, right, if you take a little bit of blood and drop it on the floor in front of a lion, it's not going to attack you. Right? It might sniff it, but it's not going to attack you. It's just not. Unless you put a big chunk of meat in, then obviously it'll attack the meat. But it's not going to attack you. And proven fact, I've seen videos on it, right? In zoos, they take giant balls of yarn that have got catnip sprayed on it, put it in there, obviously move out the way, and release the lions or the tigers, whatever's in there, and they turn into big, oversized kittens.
Oh, wow.
Right.
They just do.
I've seen this documentary where this person who studies sharks put a tank full of human blood to put in a tank full of like animal blood, stuff like that, fish blood. And only very little went to the human blood. They're not there to kill.
No, but if they're hungry, they will.
If people swim with sharks every day.
Yeah, and people get eaten as well doing that.
Just don't have your back to them.
But they still get eaten.
It's actually not that common, really.
Oh.
I mean, they happen, but it's the same amount of if you were to walk out and get hit by a car, or to
Let's have a little bit of a vote then. Let's have a vote. Everyone in the comments that's tuned in, or even on the replay, sharks and lions and all that. Sharks are just fish. That's all.
No, they're not. And lions and tigers are just overgrown cats. They are. Present them with a giant ball of yarn that's got some catnip spray on it, and just like that, they turn into oversized kittens.
See, there is one.
Mancoon at the moment. You put catnip in it, he turns into a kitten.
Melissa, there is one film Kerry refuses to watch, and that's called The Megalodon.
It's called the what?
The Megalodon.
The Meg. You mean?
I don't know the film. I don't know.
It's about this world's biggest shark, which did exist at one point, and it just went after people.
Oh, I don't know it. I thought you were going to say
We've
Jaws
got
or
a
something
couple
like
of
that.
comments already. You know, people are with me on the sharks. Sharks are evil,
Oh,
and
no,
Sandy
sharks
Juice
are
is with
evil.
me on the sharks.
No.
See, you,
I'd go in the shark cage.
Robert, Sandy, are you with me on the fact that tigers and lions are just oversized cats?
Oh my God.
Adam, you're not going to win this cat thing. You're not going to win this cat argument. You're just
No,
not.
I'm
You would have
kind
learned
of
by
with
now.
Adam, though. I'm kind of with Adam. I'm with Adam. Yeah.
There you go. As your dad just said, big fish with
Listen,
teeth,
big
big
teeth.
cats with teeth. I agree with that. I agree. I'm with your dad on that one.
You actually agree with my dad on something, finally?
Yes. Only took 13 years.
But it's like everything, isn't it? It's like people, it's like fish, it's like any animal. They're fine, they're really timid and placid until you start poking the bear, until you start poking them and making them angry or aggravating them, or then they'll retaliate.
I know that feeling. Kerry
that
pokes
supposed
me
to
all
be?
the time. You poke me all the time. That aggravates me.
Right, you woke me up this morning.
Because it was 10 to 8. We was live at past.
Well, you shouldn't have let us fall back asleep. We were up at 5 o'clock this morning. We were speaking to Steve at 5 o'clock this morning, but then we ended up falling back to sleep. And we're like, oops.
Yeah.
At least you could fall back to sleep. That's nice.
But you know
Shouldn't
what?
have fell back asleep.
No, normally we don't like it when Tegan screams unexpectedly, but this morning she actually woke me up doing it. I'm like, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, because otherwise we wouldn't be on this show.
No, I'd still be asleep now.
Oh, that's hilarious. Funny.
So, Kerry,
Go
where
on.
do you see us in 12 months' time?
Obviously still married, still together.
Me bold.
I have no idea. You've probably got your long hair by then because you're on about growing it again, so who knows. In 12 months' time, we'll both have our brand new credentials under us.
Yeah.
So who knows? Once we've got them, you know, who knows what's in it for us. I mean, we never plan more than 12 months in advance anyway. I mean, I think we both got shouted at when we tried planning 2-3 years in advance off Kerry Bear. So let's not go down that road again.
Okay.
What about you?
What about me? Well, the garden will be done. Finally. I probably will be bold, but long at the side and the back. Stuck up on the alcohol. I'm joking. No, credentials, yeah, absolutely. And maybe the Warriors will actually be monetized by them.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah, you
we are
two will
growing.
Yeah. You two will be a force to be reckoned with when you've both got your credentials.
We already are a force to be reckoned with.
Well, you are, but you'll be even stronger. So do you think when you do have those credentials, do you think you'll both start up, you know, I know you've got the mental health worries, but do you think you might start up another separate business?
No.
To help people?
No.
I don't know, but that's what your dad made his feelings very clear. Working and not in Darwin.
Yeah. Yeah, I was speaking to my dad and one of my dad's friends in town a couple of days ago, and my dad's got the feeling that I'm going to hire him as a chauffeur because obviously currently I can't drive, you know. And I'd be like, right, okay, well, I'll get you a chauffeur. But he mentioned getting a Range Rover and driving around. I'm like, no, I won't go for a Range Rover. I'll go for something a bit more expensive than that.
I'd love a Range Rover. I really do.
No, I'd want something more expensive. The Rolls Royce SUV, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but Rolls Royce have come out with an SUV and it's an absolute gorgeous car, but it's 75 grand. It's £75,000. You know,
wow.
Maybe it's more expensive than that. Again, off the top of my head, not sure. And I've said that if I'm going to be chauffeured, I want a nice car to be chauffeured around in.
So can I say I'll be chauffeured around the Hummer, in a Hummer?
Oh no!
I was going to say a Hummer.
I
Hummers are
love
good.
Hummers. I love them.
Nah,
They're good. They're big. And they look quite nice. They've got quite a few Hummers that are like limousines.
No, I don't want a
Pretty cool
limousine.
cars.
Adam does.
No, there's only one Rolls Royce I actually like, and that's the Phantom.
Nah,
I
the
like
Ghost. The Ghost is nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rolls Royce Ghost is nicer. I've seen a couple of Rolls Royce Ghosts, and they are really, really nice. And the engines, even though it's like they've got a really big engine, they don't shout about what power they've got. You know, they've silenced a beast and put it in the car, and it just goes around. It just purrs along the road, and it's so.
Oh wow!
You know. Yeah, my dad said 300 grand. Well, yeah, I could buy a 300 grand car.
I think we're going
I would have 300 grand, Dad.
Maybe we're going
I can't wrap my head around how a car can cost that much. How you can spend that much money on a car.
We're going off topic here. Do you not think?
It's a house, isn't it?
I wouldn't. I think if I did spend 300 grand on a car, it would never be driven. It would go into a garage with glass all around it. Nobody touched my car. Don't even breathe on the car.
But that defies the point of having a car then, though, doesn't it?
You could just look at it and say, that's mine.
Yeah.
And say, that's mine. You know, I can't pay my bills this week, but that's mine. Look at it.
Yeah.
Come on, we've all had that moment where, you know, you see something, you think, if I buy that, I'm not going to be able to pay my bills, but just look at it.
So if there was no limitations whatsoever, what would be the thing that you would buy? Is that what you would buy, Kerry, or would you buy something else?
No, I'd buy a Pagani Zonda F. They're worth about £1 million, and they are my ultimate dream car. And just to be able to stand near it or sit in the driving seat and think, if I switch this thing on, I'm going to smash it into a wall and kill myself, it would never be switched on. I'd just sit there and I'd be too terrified to switch it on because the engine in one of those is so big and powerful, I'd kill myself in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
We're not trying to trigger anyone, by the way.
No. If I had this car, I would never obviously switch it on because I'd be one of these. I probably would cause myself an accident that would kill me in it. So I'd never switch the engine on. It'd just be sat there to look at and think, that's mine. That's my dream car. That's mine.
You could have a party in it, celebrate and have parties in it.
Oh no. Nobody would be allowed to touch this car. It's worth £1 million.
Thing is,
Nobody would be allowed to touch it. There'd be a ribbon around it. Don't touch it. Don't breathe on it.
The thing is, though, Melissa, with the size of that car, even I won't fit in it.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd be like that.
I don't even know. What's it look? What I can't. What's it look like?
It's obviously really small. It's designed for racetracks, but it can be used for normal roads.
Oh, okay.
You know? And it's the stuff of it looks like a 10-year-old child has designed it because of the shape. It's an awesome looking car, and it's been my favourite dream car for years, even before I met Adam. You know,
wow.
And they've stopped making it now. So there's only obviously an X amount of these cars in the world now. So they're probably worth even more than £1 million. No, but if money was no object, I'd definitely have one of them.
One of them. What about you, Adam? What would you buy? Anything?
Well, I'd get out of England.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Go where? Where would you go?
Because we've all got bucket lists, and I've said that I'd love, even if it's just temporary, I'd love to live in America.
Okay. Whereabouts?
I I've got a few places in mind. I've got New York, I've got Ohio, and I've got California in mind.
Okay.
But
Cool.
Texas as well. Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. But either way, for any of them, you need a car. You need a car.
Yeah, you do. In America, you do. It's the same here. You need a car.
I would never live in Texas. I just wouldn't. There's a death chamber in Texas. I don't think I'd like the idea of living next to a death chamber. I don't think I'd like the
Texas
idea.
is huge, though.
No, but I don't think I'd like the idea of living in the same state as a death chamber. Live in America, yeah, but just not in Texas. Any other state, not Texas.
See, Texas is best for business.
Best for your business.
New York's good as well, though. Come on, New York.
But Texas is expensive, and New York's very concrete, isn't it?
I remember when I was in college, obviously I was doing sports. Obviously the coaches never wanted me there, but I remember I was in my second or third year at college, and these apprentices came in, and they said, once you finish your third year, you can actually apply to go to university, and you'd be there for 4 years, and you'd be in America.
Wow.
And then after that, you'll get scouted to a football club.
Wow.
Yeah, but I didn't stay on.
Yeah, it's not a good thing you didn't stay on, because if you did move over there, you and me would have had a long distance relationship.
Exactly.
And from previous experience, I know they don't work. I mean, you have to have a lot of trust there, and because of the lack of trust in my old relationship, it didn't work out. So I'd be very reluctant to actually doing it again. So we wouldn't be sitting here right now if that had panned out.
Exactly.
So maybe that was university's way of saying, no, you're not going that way. You're going this way. You're staying with Kerry. You're going on this road. And one day you're going to be the warrior and his queen. We just didn't know it yet.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, back to the Bugatti Zondas, Kerry. There's only 25 cars left.
Yeah, I didn't think there was that many of them. I just didn't know that number.
Yeah, well, there's 25.
Yeah.
What are they called again, Kerry?
What?
What are they called? What are the cars called?
Pagani Zonda F.
I don't know it.
I'll send you a picture after this.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they are really, really nice.
Right.
Obviously, back to what Adam was saying about New York and that, it is actually on my bucket list to spend Christmas in New York because of the Christmas trees.
Ah, beautiful.
I'm a sucker for a Christmas tree, and obviously I know that one of the world's largest Christmas trees is in New York at Christmas, and I'd love to be able to go and take a picture in front of it. That'd be on my bucket list. Spend Christmas in New York.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But the thing is, this apprenticeship, though, I would have actually got paid to be there.
Oh, well. It didn't pan out.
Yeah, and apparently I would have only been able to come home about 3 times a year. And one of them would be Christmas. But I won't be here long.
Yeah, we wouldn't have had a relationship if you'd have did that.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Well, I remember when after that day where I got told, I did actually tell Kerry that, and she was a bit anxious, a bit worried, which she's right.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
Yeah, absolutely. But either way, I'm here. I never went, and
excellent.
Yeah, I mean, in my head, in my head, I was like, damn, I could have been a wag, but you know what? I don't care.
There you go. Right.
Things happen for a reason, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You see, I've always wanted a little electric car. I love electric cars.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think Steve's probably going to shout at us for rambling on about cars and holidays and everything like that in his show. It's not really a power hour of mindfulness.
Well, when we was talking about Australia, if he was on, he'd be talking about cricket.
Yeah. He would be telling us about the cricket.
Exactly. But either way, we love Steve, and he will be back next week, of course.
And next week, a little surprise for you. Steve thinks he's going to be running the show, but unbeknown to him, he's actually not, because I'm taking over Power Hour of Mindfulness next week, and I'm going to be putting Steve under the spotlight on his own show, so that's one thing to watch out for.
Exactly. And please tune in for a bit of housekeeping. Please tune in tomorrow morning as Melissa is live.
Yeah, because Melissa forgot last week.
Yes.
Last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I forgot last week. Sorry, guys. I've
couple of weeks.
been having trouble getting my head around Thursdays. For some reason, it's just not clicking in, but it's clicking in now.
I think we're going to have to tattoo it to your head.
No, she's written it down.
I will put the sign on my head.
Yeah.
Thursday, so that's tomorrow, 8 a.m. UK time. Melissa's live.
Set an alarm on your phone, Melissa. 10 minutes, like 15 minutes before Warrior TV.
Yes, I will. I've written it on my tiles in my kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, I'm just checking. Hang on. Anthea, I don't know if you're on Attitude and Mindset tomorrow, are you, Kerry?
No.
Well, Attitude and Mindset's back. That's 8 p.m. so 12 hours later. She's going to be back with someone that's branded the $1 Million Mindset Mentor.
Adam has taken me off Attitudes and Mindset because I'm starting my own show. Watch this space for more details. It's called An Audience with the Queen, and it starts very soon.
There you go.
Nice. That'll be very exciting. Very exciting.
Right, I'm going to let you go. Please subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow. All right.
Happy Australia Day, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.